Today I'm going to show you how to prepare a full roasted chicken. So let's see how to make it. I have got a small chicken here because I have got a small oven toaster. So according to that I have got a small one. Now let's see how to make it. I'm going to first marinate this with ginger and garlic paste and then leave it for an hour, and then after that let's see how to do the complete marination of the chicken. So now here I have got the full chicken. I have washed it and removed the skin. If you are okay with having it with the skin, you can leave the skin. It gives a nice taste, but I am a bit health conscious, so I removed the skin, but I left the fat, a little bit of fat here and there, so that when it gets roasted then it will give a nice taste. So now I have washed the chicken and then pat dried it with some tissues, because it already has its own moisture. If we leave more water, then it is difficult to get roasted. So now, before starting the marination, I am going to put some slits on the chicken so the masalas and the ginger garlic paste and everything gets into it. If you can marinate this overnight, it will be more good, but I am not going to marinate it overnight today. I am going to do it for my lunch today. So let's see, I am going to put some slits first. Today I am going to use very minimal ingredients for this. You can add according to your taste. You can add chives, you can add rosemary. Rosemary gives a nice flavor and texture to the roasted chicken. But today I am going to use very simple ingredients which we use on a daily basis at our home. So let's see. First I am going to marinate this with ginger and garlic and then salt, and leave it for an hour to marinate. You even can make your own ginger and garlic paste. And I'm going to add enough salt for the chicken. Salt always to your taste, and then mix it well and start applying this onto the chicken. You have to apply nicely into the slit so that it goes and it gets into the chicken. The flavors gets into the chicken. Massage at least for 5 to 10 minutes so that everything gets absorbed. If you are comfortable with a glove, always use a glove so that you have less work when you have done with the chicken marination. You can squeeze a lemon into the ginger and garlic paste while you are doing the marination, but I'm not tolerant to lemons or limes, so I'm not going to use it today. But you can go ahead and use limes or lemons, and it gives a nice taste. You can even stuff a cut lemon into the chicken when you are roasting. If you don't put the slits, then the masalas won't get in. So use the slits as pockets to stuff the masalas in so that you get a nice tasty chicken roast. Now I have finished my ginger and garlic paste, but then we will have to massage it for a while so that all the masalas get in through. So now I have massaged and have applied all the masalas in, the ginger and garlic paste in. Now I am going to leave it to marinate for at least 1 hour for all the masalas to get in. I am going to leave it in this bowl. Wrap it with a cling cover and put it into the fridge for at least 1 hour. And after 1 hour, I'll show you how to do the second marination.
Action.
So while the chicken is getting marinated with ginger and garlic paste, we'll do the next masala. and you can be innovative and you can choose whatever the masala you need. Some people, they like to add some tandoori masala or your normal curry powder or whatever it is. So today I am going to make masala out of some ingredients which I had in my kitchen. So feel free to add or take out whatever ingredients you need. It's totally depends on your taste and your wish. So be more innovative on your masalas. So let's see what I have got. I have got a teaspoon of cumin seeds, a teaspoon of fennel seeds, and I have got some curry leaves. I love this curry leaves in the roasted chicken. It gives a nice taste, and because I don't have any rosemary or chives, I thought of adding some curry leaves. And here I have got some star anise and cinnamon sticks, and I have got some cardamom and some pods of cloves. So these are the simple ingredients I'm going to add today. You can add chili powder, then you can go ahead and add masalas, chicken masala, tandoori masala, or whatever you think that would add taste to it. So let's say now I'm going to dry roast these ingredients and then put it through a blender so that I get a fine paste out of it. Fine powder out of it. This is actually one way of doing a roasted chicken. You can write your comments and other recipes if you have or suggestions which can add more taste to it. And I know that lime or lemon is a must, but just because I don't want to take it, so I'm not adding it. So please make sure you add lime or lemon into this recipe to add more flavor. And now I'm adding the curry leaves as well and roast it until it is crispy, and then you can put this through blender. And some people, they even like to add some coloring, red color or something like that, but I'm not going to add anything like that. And that's it. So I'm going to leave it to cool, and by the time the curry leaves also will get crispier, and then I'll put it through a blender and get a powder out of this. Don't leave it in the same pan because the heat might make the ingredients to dry roast more and it will get a bitter taste. So just leave it aside until it cools down completely, then we will grind it to a fine powder. And also I have prepared the oven tray to put the chicken on, and I have put a foil sheet because I don't want to put it directly onto the tray and then later we will have a hard time washing it. So put a foil sheet and wrap it, and then here I have got some potatoes, onions, and then some garlic. This big garlic I'm going to stuff it into the chicken, and this one I'm going to just put it around the chicken. These three ingredients I'm going to put it around the chicken so that at the end we can get a gravy out of it once it is roasted. And I'm going to use enough olive oil for this recipe. So let's wait for the chicken to marinate. So now it has been 1 hour since I marinated this chicken with ginger, garlic and salt. Let's see. Let's take it out and then we do the next marination. At this time, or when you are going to keep it in the fridge after the marination, just check for the salt. If there is enough salt, then okay. If not, then we can add it in the next masala. So now I have made a powder out of the roasted ingredients, and then I check for my salt. I need some more salt, so I'm going to add some more salt into this. Mix it well and rub it nicely into the chicken. Add it nicely and rub it nicely into the slits so that the masalas get into the chicken. If you have a big oven, you can even roast turkey or duck or even a big chicken in the same way. And if you, those who doesn't have a toaster or oven at all, you still can do this. You can marinate it in the same way and add some oil into a big pan and shallow fry it. It will take some time, but you have to do it in a very low flame so that all the chicken gets cooked from inside. But you still can enjoy the roasted chicken even if you don't have a oven. You can still do it in a pan. Be generous on, I added all the liver and everything into it, it came out. You can add some masala into it and rub it as well. So now my chicken is marinated well. So now I am going to add stuff in this garlic, full garlic into it. When it gets roasted, it will give a nice flavor. And also you can even stuff in some eggs or some people they add some rice into it, but then you can add some lime or lemon also. It gives a nice flavor. And you can add, at this point of time, if you have rosemary, you can add the rosemary. So now the chicken is marinated well. So now let's see, and we have stuffed the garlic in. Let's see what is the next step we have to follow. So now we have to seal this properly. If not, the masalas and the garlic might come out. So normally they use a thread, but let me use a toothpick so that it's easy. So I have put the toothpick through this, so now it's covered. So these are things what we can think and do some innovations rather than doing. Sometimes we don't get a thread at home, sometimes we forget where we kept it. So these are some alternate ways. I'm going to drizzle some oil onto the pan, onto the tray. Grease it properly and then transfer the chicken onto it. So now I'm going to cut the potatoes into small cubes and put it on the sides. You can even stuff 1 or 2 pieces of potatoes if you want inside the chicken, but this way we can prepare a nice gravy for the roasted chicken. Potatoes. Now I'm going to add the onions. And then goes in the garlic. And now drizzle enough oil on top and for the vegetables. And by this time I'm preheating my toaster. 200, and now I'm going to put it into the toaster. I'm going to leave it for 25 minutes on this side, and then let's see when we flip it over to the other side. Now it has been around 40 minutes, so I'm going to take it out and flip it over. And I had to remove the skewers which I inserted because it couldn't get into my toaster. So now let's flip it over, and I want all these garlic, potatoes and onions to brown, so it still can be there. You can see how much juice it has oozed out. So now I'm going to put it into the oven again and leave it to cook for about another half an hour, 220 Celsius. So now it has been 20 minutes since I changed the side. Now let's open and see. I just put a foil on top because it's getting burned. So now my chicken is done. Let's take it out because I need this onions, garlic and potatoes to cook for some time. So let me take out the chicken, put it onto a plate. It's done, but I want it to become a bit brown so that we can smash it and get a nice sauce out of it. So I'm going to return this back to the oven. Now you can see it's cooked nicely. You can insert a skewer and see whether it's done. I have done it. I have checked it and it's done. See, it's so moisturous inside. So it's cooked from all the sides. So let's leave it and wait for the sauce. So now this is ready. Let me pour it into a dish. And we have not added any salt into it. First let's smash this and see whether salt is enough, or if we need we can then add salt and pepper into it. First we'll smash this. If you got a hand blender, you can blend this, or you can smash it like this. I have added some salt. I tasted it, so this much salt would be fine. And then if you want, you can add a little bit of water to make it into a watery consistency. So now the roasted chicken and the sauce for the roasted chicken is ready. So you all can make this simply at home and enjoy with your family. If you like this recipe, please click the like button, comment and share among your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and let me meet you with another interesting recipe. Bye.